I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain.io for Investment Pitch Media and FinTech News Network. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Jacques Yaakoub, the CEO of CryptoCanucks, a large media organization from the East Coast. Welcome to the show, Jacques. It's a pleasure having you.
Thanks for having me, Ashton.
Hey, I really appreciate you taking the time. I'm really interested to learn a little bit more about CryptoCanucks and how you guys are revolutionizing the blockchain industry.
Yeah, of course. So the CryptoCanucks mission is to become the go-to resource for all blockchain or cryptocurrency enthusiasts, investors, beginners, and experts, with a primary focus on Canadian projects.
Definitely, there's a lot of projects coming out in Canada and around North America right now in the blockchain industry. And as you said, it's started really quickly and it's been ramping up a lot. And I've seen a lot of traction in the industry as well. And there's also a lot of media platforms coming out. So how do you guys differentiate yourself and to stand out from other media platforms?
Well, we started in July 1st of 2017. Again, the primary focus is on Canadian projects. CryptoCanucks name gives us a little bit of a differentiation because we're focusing on Canada itself. It allows us to position ourselves for the influx of users that will be looking for an authoritative and resourceful hub to further their understanding of cryptocurrencies, initial coin offerings, and blockchain technology.
That's awesome. Well, this is more of an entrepreneurial question, but what is the most challenging aspect of starting a media company and having a startup in the blockchain industry?
Well, like you mentioned, there's a lot of other media companies, popping up. So I guess the first step is, how do you differentiate yourself? How do you bring something new to the table? You have to start thinking very creatively and getting your word out there. There's a lot of groundwork that needs to be done. You have to be traveling all the time. You have to be basically telling people that, hey, we exist. And in order for you to do that, you have to go all over. Not only North America, but even all over the world, to let them know that, hey, if you are interested in the Canadian industry, in the Canadian market, then we have all the answers for you. So I would say the most challenging part of starting a media company is just being everywhere. Because as you know, this year alone, I believe there was already 800 conferences and events worldwide. So you can't be everywhere, but we try our best.
It's been crazy in the conference world and in the event world, as everybody's starting to learn more and they're looking to get together and network about the blockchain. 800 conferences in, the year's not even over. There's multiple conferences a day. So, and I can attest to what you're saying about the startup. I think any entrepreneur could attest and say that, as you start up a company and you're in rapid growth, you really have to do the job of 10 people, and there's no limitations. If you have to go around the world to get the job done, then that's what you have to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So to further on that, what would you say is the most rewarding aspect of running a media company or a startup?
Media companies specifically, I don't know about other startups, but what I really enjoyed is meeting so many new people. Growing my mindset and figuring out that, hey, there's a whole new world out there, and this is a very new industry. It's not even 10 years old. So everyone that's involved, I guess they have a very unique story behind them, and it's something that I wouldn't have been, accustomed to if I wasn't in this industry. So the most rewarding is obviously traveling. We've been to the Bahamas, we've been to New York, we've been to Miami, we've been to Las Vegas, we've been to LA, and the list goes on. And every different place that we've gone to, I've taken something back home for sure. So that's the most rewarding.
Definitely. And for the viewers that aren't aware, you and I went to the Polycon conference, the securities conference. We did video interviews there for some of the top CEOs in the blockchain industry. And we did go and do those in Miami and New York as well. And it definitely has been a rewarding experience working alongside you. So I really appreciate that. And
definitely,
those are just some of the bigger conferences, but there's been a lot of other conferences that you guys have gone to that I haven't been there with you. And maybe you could touch on one or two of the conferences this year that you've been to and what you felt about those conferences.
Yeah, just to add on to that, that's another rewarding thing, the friendships that we've had. I don't think people know much much about us, but I first met you when I went to Vancouver, and our friendship has grown ever since, and we've gone to quite a few conferences ourselves. But the one conference that we missed you was the most recent was HoshoCon. HoshoCon was great. It was great because I learned a lot more. The other conferences that I've went to is mostly networking, what is Bitcoin, and it's all the basic stuff. But HoshoCon was focusing on securities and how to protect yourself and how to ensure that your Ethereum smart contract is protected when you're giving your services away to somebody else. So that was pretty great.
Yeah, I heard HoshoCon was really exciting in Vegas, and there's so much content in the blockchain industry that even experts or people who consider themselves to be experts could go to a conference and learn something almost every day because there's infinite amounts of knowledge to be learned in this industry. And as you said, it's not even 10 years old. In fact, the 10-year anniversary of the Satoshi white paper is on Halloween coming up in the next 10 days here. So, but the rapid growth of the community didn't really start until the last year or two. So we sort of had 6-7 years of stagnation, and then now everyone's starting to bring traction to it. So it's great to see. There's still a lot of events coming up. I know that we have the North American Bitcoin Conference, which is one of the largest North American conferences that you and I will be attending. We'll probably be doing some video content there as well. And that last year, that had about 4,000 people. It was an astonishing amount of people and really great connections. So I'm looking forward to that one. Is there any other events that you guys have as the CryptoCanucks on the East Coast that you guys are planning on attending in the near future?
There's not anything big going on in the East Coast. I can attest to the West Coast, though. There's something called the World CryptoCon, the world's largest crypto conference, and it's happening, like you said, 10 days from now, the 10-year anniversary of the Satoshi white paper. It's going to be in Las Vegas. It's gonna be one hell of an event. And there's another one that I'm very interested in that's happening around the same time, so I'm kind of conflicted which one to attend, and that's the one in Malta, the Malta Blockchain Summit. So those are the two that I'm looking forward to right now, and I mean there's so many that's going on. But if you would like to know where CryptoCanucks are headed, or some of the events that we back up and we market towards, you can always go on cryptocanucks.com/events, and you can find out where all the other events are for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know you guys have a full events calendar on your website, which I check often to see, what's coming up and which events you almost have to pick and choose, because sometimes there's multiple events overlapping. And as you mentioned, Malta and Vegas at the same time, they're both really large, really great events. So if only we could clone ourselves and be in two places at once, that would be great.
100%, yeah.
So I'm looking for your opinion. You and your team, are you guys optimistic or pessimistic about the growth of the blockchain industry and the event industry moving forward towards 2019?
Well, we're always optimistic. I feel like this industry, a lot of people just care about the price, and a lot of people act like they care about the technology. But at the end of the day, you have to just take a look at the community, how much it's grown, like you said, since 2017. Obviously, people are figuring out the true resources that the blockchain can bring to the table, how much problems it can solve, how much fraudulent activity it can eliminate, and these kinds of things. So I really like going to the events because I feel like it teaches a lot of people not about the price, but about the technology, and it shows that there's a lot of people out there that actually don't care about that. So we're very, very optimistic, and that's why when there is a bear market like we are in right now, it's good to keep your head down and work towards what really matters, and that's maybe 5 to 10 years down the road. So yeah, we're super optimistic.
That's great to hear. So if viewers are looking to follow along with CryptoCanucks, talk to the team, not just see that there's an article, but talk to the writers behind the article and the tech team, what's the best way to get involved in the community, follow along and learn more?
So we're extremely active on all social media channels. We have a Facebook channel, CryptoCanucks, Instagram. We have a Reddit channel, a Telegram channel. All of the asterisks are on CryptoCanucks. You can even email us at admin@cryptocanucks.com. and yeah, we're very sociable, and we answer very quickly. So if you would like to learn more, just go on CryptoCanucks.com and you'll see all of our social media platforms.
Awesome. I appreciate it. And I'll also leave those down in the description box below for people to easily access. So thank you so much, Jacques Yaakoub, the CEO of CryptoCanucks. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today. I'm looking forward to hearing more about how you guys are growing. Let's follow up in a month or two and see how the progress has been. And I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it, Ashton. See you soon.